The State Department has ordered non-emergency personnel to evacuate the U.S. Embassy in Beirut, and it also issued a do-not-travel advisory to the country of Lebanon. That could be the latest step ahead of a possible large-scale military action against Iran. U.S. and Iranian officials are set to meet in Geneva on Thursday in a last-ditch attempt to avoid a conflict. According to the New York Times, President Trump told advisors that if diplomacy or any initial targeted U.S. attack does not result in Iran giving up its nuclear program, Donald Trump will consider a much bigger attack in the coming months aimed at toppling Iran's regime. Joining us, MS Now military analyst, retired General Barry McCaffrey. General, from all the public reporting that's out there and the rhetoric from this administration, what do you believe is the actual intention with Iran? Do you believe that Donald Trump does want to...
Let me just have some of these. I'll turn off the camera. I'll be right back. But I'm here. I'll be here with you.
Initiate an attack?
Well, I think what he wants is to get a definitive response out of the Iranians by Thursday, saying they will back off and do zero enrichment of uranium. It's unlikely that the Ayatollah, at age 86, having spent much of his last 30 years pouring billions of dollars into this program, is going to agree to that. So the thinking currently is, with a massive U.S. military presence in the region, it's not just the two carrier battle groups, it's 50 some odd U.S. fighter aircraft of the Air Force. It's dozens of refueling aircraft. We've moved a lot of THAAD and Patriot missile batteries in to protect our 8 permanent bases in the region with 30,000 U.S. troops. So I think it's a war that, on the verge of war, where Trump doesn't want war, the Iranians don't want war, the U.S. Arab allies don't want war, but that's likely to be the outcome.
Do you believe it's a wait until Thursday?
Unipolarity working really, really fucking well. Really, really well. Nobody wants war, yet war will happen. For capital must feed on the corpses of its enemies.
Today's sort of thing, the State of the Union is tomorrow. Do you think that might factor into Donald Trump's decision-making?
Also, you know the classic funny America bit? Specifically the classic funny Republican bit when you run as an anti-war isolationist candidate, but then go to war and do nothing close to isolationism, only so you can say, hey, I didn't want to do it, but it had to be done. I'm anti-war. I'm like, the Democrats, they go to war with enthusiasm. Me, a Republican, I go to war with skepticism.
Who knows? To some extent, one of the problems we've got in national security now is we're seeing government by whim, government by decree, people responding to extraneous events that may draw.
Oh my God, feed me those gifties. Thank you, brother, for the 10. Second taxpayer of the day. Be like Goose. Be a Western taxpayer, goddammit, brother. Thank you very much, Goose. That's very kind of you, my friend. Thank you for getting us closer to Gamba. Thank you very much. As always, Goose. Right on the fucking spot. Thank you.
Drive us in the wrong direction. Now, having said that, there's no question in my mind, Iran is in a weakened state. They murdered 7,000 of their own citizens. The demonstrations are still ongoing, to include in the capital. They were grievously damaged by the 12-day war 8 months ago. And it's a brutal regime where we really cannot afford to see them as a nuclear power. So it's a real dilemma. The problem is, at the end of the day, the only way to stop their nuclear program is arms control inspectors on the ground. And the current course of action isn't likely to deliver that.
I guess the question I have is, even if the U.S. were successful in removing the regime, it is a heavily armed and very powerful military. And how does the U.S. deal with that? How does the population deal with that? It seems like it's a pretty big variable. Have you gotten any indication from this administration that they've taken that into consideration?
Well, I think you're asking the prime question. You know, if you bring down the Ayatollah and this corrupt theological dictatorship, what's next? It's probably some general in the RGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, who will take over, who is likely to be an ideologue also, and to control the internal security forces. And they're willing to use incredible levels of brutality against their own people. And by the way, it's an economic basket case to boot, never mind the terrible suppression of women, of university students. So this is a problem that won't be resolved by military force. I think the Trump administration is actually trying to use it as part of their diplomatic approach, but who knows whether this will work. He can't leave that military force there very long. It's huge, it's expensive, it's difficult to keep on station. So we're approaching a decision clearly in the next month.
All right, General Barry McCaffrey, thank you, as always.
Classic. The classics are adapting, Chad. The classics are adapting. It used to be like, we will decapitate the current authoritarian government and we will install a better alternative. But now they don't want to overpromise. So now they're like, no, we're just going to decapitate. And every time, how normalized it is to talk about invading another country. Only the U.S. can exist in that incredible space where dropping bombs on another sovereign nation is like a normal, like, tea time conversation, you know? No, hey, old general man. Do you think we can win this one or lose this one? It's a really fun conversation starter. It's like the Mets versus the Golden Gatekeepers. Or their sports ball team thing. We're not both, yeah.
More talks planned for Thursday between Iran and the US, which is mobilizing its largest military force since the invasion of Iraq more than 2 decades ago. Mixed messages from US President Donald Trump, while Tehran says it wants talks but is ready for war too. So where do both sides stand? This is Inside Story. Hello again, I'm James Bays. The US and Iran gear up for more talks on Thursday, with mixed messages from both sides as the world anxiously wonders what's next. Iran says it wants talks, but is ready for war if they fail. US President Donald Trump is apparently surprised Iran hasn't capitulated. He's deployed the biggest military force the US has assembled in the Middle East since the invasion of Iraq in 2003. At the center of the build-up is the aircraft carrier, the USS Abraham Lincoln, with fighter jets including F-18s and F-35s, as well as electronic warfare aircraft. It's supported by several guided missile destroyers.
Also, apparently, they're all shitting themselves. Can I get a link towards that TikTok talking about them all shitting themselves? Wow. Everybody in the region right now is shitting themselves, but some are shitting themselves literally. Thank you, Adrian Southward, for the prime. Welcome to the community, baby. Some are shitting themselves literally, others proverbially. Welcome to the 21st century, ladies, gentlemen, and enemies. It is a great time to be alive. Sewage crisis hits USS Gerald Ford. I'm going to ask a very stupid question. Are you ready for it? You're in a massive boat with waters that you're invading, so they're like not like your waters. So why don't you just shit off the corner of the ship? Why not just squat down and just shit off the boat? A $13 billion boat. Because you risk falling off. Oh, come on. This is supposed to be the creme de la crop of the American military. They can't shit off a fucking balcony. That's World War II style, yeah. What, the Iranians are going to know they're coming because there's going to be like just American-styled shit all over the Iranian coasts. An Iranian Revolutionary Guard looks at it and it says, "Oh, who are these dirty people shitting all over the beach?" And another Revolutionary Guard comes closer and he's like, "Dude, that's not normal shit. Look at it, it's got like fucking chicken wings and shit in it. That's fucking American poop, dude." That level of diarrhea, no Iranian has that level of diarrhea, bro. That the Americans are coming, and you will recognize them by their turds. That's how they stopped them at the Bay of Pigs. They realized it was American shit. Discombobulate.
Okay.
It'll discombobulate anything.
Discombobulate.
Aren't you having any breakfast?
I'm not in the mood.
What are you looking at?
Oh, the silent majesty of a winter's morn, the clean, cool chill of the holiday air, and an asshole in his bathrobe emptying a chemical toilet into my sewer.
The shitter is full. Discombobulate. Nazi soldiers at the Eastern Front had to shit in their pants because it was so fucking cold. Would it count like what you call them? Would it count like biological warfare if the Americans just like conquer the world with their shit? I mean, they did with their proverbial shit, man. But what about their literal shit?
The U.S. aircraft carrier in Iran is sinking in shit right now. It's 90%
Bon appetit to me. I'm enjoying my popcorn.
of all the toilets aboard are broken. Poop and sewage is flooding the $9 billion aircraft carrier as it's ready to strike Iran any day now, with dozens of sailors already sick. A day ago, the sewage system that is brand new exploded on the ship, leaving 5,000 sailors without a bathroom to use, or they could face a line of up to 2 hours to wait on, and also sewage flooding the living quarters. And the ship has now been docked in Greece to try to deal with this issue because the Israelis refused to let it dock in Haifa. And now the reports say the USS Ford might not even be ready to strike Iran within 3 weeks, because the bacteria in the sewage is now causing sailors to get sick, meaning if this thing got struck by a hypersonic missile, bad things would happen. The ship is going to be stopped.
What you got for not having those fucking for not having bidets? The American infidels came to conquer our lands, but the Lord showed them how barbaric they are. First, he struck their toilets. They were already filthy, for they never used bidets. But now they shall not be able to flush either. Ha 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 ha! Probably somewhere in like Iranian HQ.
In Greece, like I said, to allow the sailors off of it to all use the bathroom and shower. Follow for updates, comment your thoughts. The U.S. military is in some deep shit. The U.S. aircraft carrier.
One second. Havana syndrome, but plumbing. This is the best story I've heard all day. It's fucking fantastic. Yo, chat. The Americans told the government told the people on USS Ford that they're about to attack, and they shat themselves. Okay, where were we?
operating in the Gulf of Oman and nearby waters.
Wait, što это? Što это, блядь?
Jel to? To je sve što sam naučio za 6-7. Nemam pojma i da li što znači, samo ovo radim. Me pitaju klinice 6-7, ja ovako ko blesao, onako, 6-7, ajde.
This is my president, bro.
6-7. Šta ti je 6-7, ne znaju ni oni što me pitaju, a ne znam ni ja ko im odgovaram. Ali evo, 6-7, ajde.
Okay, I forgive everything. This might be the worst thing he's ever done, by the way, and he's done some fucking pretty awful shit. 6-7, brate. Opraštamo mu sve, brate. Opraštamo sve. China should have spies working in the food supply company so they can add shit drugs to the food. I can't wait for very simplistic history videos in 20 years. Literally titled on YouTube, like AI generated, entitled How Toilets Almost Defeated the American Military Before Invasion. Real biological warfare, dude. I mean, it should be legal because it should be self-defense. Because the United States has already done biological warfare to the rest of us by introducing us to their cuisine. We must strike back at the core of American culture, their cuisine. Oh, what passes for one?
A second strike group is on its way. The USS Gerald Ford is currently crossing the Mediterranean
And shitting itself.
flanked by 3 destroyers. Flight tracking data also shows a surge in activity with multiple squadrons.
I think it's a decent tweet. I need it to be a quote tweet, but I can't search directly, so I'll do it like this. It's called USS Ford, right? Breaking 80% of the toilets of the USS Gerald Ford, the biggest aircraft. Okay, this one can work. Okay. American soldiers literally shitting themselves before an invasion is such on the nose world building right now. 5 out of 10. Not bad. That's a 5 out of 10 tweet right there. 5 out of 10 tweet. This tweet made the fucking rounds. Like, holy shit. There you go. SS caca. SS shit. SSS. Get him 300 grams of powder cobalt 60 to dump in the crapper, and that ship is done for 6 to 8 months. Think sabotage baby coming. There are easy ways to do it. I believe you. The most literal enshittification for everything. USS ass. SSS shart. No, that's such a better tweet. That's such a better tweet. Wait, that's such a better tweet, man. Such a better tweet. Okay, give me all your great ideas. Let's have some fun, man. We're taking ourselves too seriously. World War III. So what? Let's post our way down with the ship. Okay, I want all the names. So USS Ass, USS Third Boogler, SS Shart. Come on, give me more. Just a whole list. USS Ass. Okay. No, I already got it. USS Ass is the first one. I know what burglar means, but the third burglar, because it's stealing burglars. I thought burglar was something else. USS Sewage, okay. USS Sewage. Okay, more. Give me more. USS Gerald Ford. Two boat? I don't get the two boat one. Help me with that one. Defcodification. Ah. USS Flushant. USS Taco Tuesday. USS Floater. USS Build Up. Shit Mark. Shit Carrier. Strike Group 2. Give me more. Come on. USS Pray and Pray. More. USS Brown. That's great. USS Upper Decker. But I don't get that one. Lower Decker, maybe? USS Skidmark. Black Dump Down. Black Shit Down. Wait. USS Septic. I think I have Septic. USS Septic. Do I have USS Septic? Am I blind? No, I don't. USS Septic is fantastic. What was the name? What was the name of that right-wing girl that's famous for shitting herself? The one that shot herself. That one's gonna be meta as fuck. Give me the one that shot herself. U.S. Septic Tanker. U.S. Laura. Was it Laura Boomer? No, what the fuck? No. Poo Poo Bennett. Caitlin Bennett. Katilin Yebemti Mater Bennett. Okay, is this one? Yes, this one. Oh my God, the mother of Photoshop. USS Caitlin Bennett. People are going to be so confused by that one. It's so niche. USS Caitlin Bennett. No, I'm not even going to do Poo Poo Bennett. I'm just going to full name that shit. Full name that shit. Didi Mega Doodoo. Didi Mega Doodoo. USS Mega Doodoo. Didi Mega Doodoo. No, that one's weak. I mean, it's funny, but the pun doesn't work. Is this enough? Are these enough? So, USS Ass, USS Turtle Burglar, SSS Shart, USS Sewage, USS Gerald Ford, USS Flushant, USS Taco Tuesday, USS Floater, USS Build Up, Shit Mark, Shit Carrier Strike Group 2, USS Pray and Pray, USS Brown, USS Skidmark, Black Shit Down, USS Septic, USS Septic Tanker. Okay, we got Septic twice. USS Caitlin Bennett. USS Caca. Okay, USS Caca. USS Septic Yank. That is meta Australian, bro. Randy Griswold. I don't know who that is, bro. I'm sorry. Septic Yank is so good. USS Enema. Okay, I'll finish with USS. Okay, I think this is good. Okay, let's get banned. This is your post, chat. So you know what to do. This is your post. USS A. Wait, fucking. USS Ass, USS Durbulger, SS Short, USS Sewage, USS Gerald R. Short, USS Flushant, USS Taco Tuesday, USS Floater, USS Buildup, Shit Mark, Shit Carrier Strike Group 2, USS Pray and Pray, USS Brown, USS Skidmark, Black Shit Down, USS Septic, USS Caitlin Bennett, USS Kaka, USS Septic Tank, USS Enema. Yeah. Amen, brother. I have a right to sit wherever I want, brother. Kaka. Shit. Shit yourself. 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 Okay, the bit is over. It was a great bit. We are entering the second hour. If you support bits like this, consider supporting this show. The only place on the internet where shit like this can happen. $6 a month, free through Prime, or by gifting subs to your fellow chatters. Pay your way through the Ugopnik University by paying your taxes, and the show will be able to run forever. Thank you for your consideration, and thank you for not being on board of USS Septic Tank. I'm honestly very proud of USS Caitlin Bennett. It's fucking, it's murderous. Shit, I misspelled her, son of a bitch. Caitlin with a Y, son of a motherfucker. Or is it more disrespectful to just keep her like this? Is it more disrespectful to just keep her like this, or should I edit it? Keep it? It's more disrespectful? Okay, I'm keeping it. Fuck it. The USS Uranus. Where the fuck were you, man? Where the fuck were you? And it's Caitlin with a C. I'm going to lose my mind now. Okay, we should have some comments in already. USS Brown Shirts. Oh, fuck. Come on, chat. USS Sinking Shit. USS Pooper Tiger. USS Battleship. Yeah, now you're late. Now you're all late. But we should always leave more so that they comment, so that it gets inflated. Scatley Bennett.
Of attack aircraft, refueling tankers, cargo, and surveillance planes moving between the US, Europe, and the Middle East. All of this is well within range of Iran's extensive arsenal of weaponry. Its medium-range ballistic missiles can travel around 2,000 kilometers, capable of reaching targets in Israel, as well as American bases in Turkey and across the Gulf. So what does this military and diplomatic choreography signal? Are the talks meaningful negotiations or just a sideshow? Why would the US assemble such firepower if it doesn't intend to use it? And how might Iran respond? We'll talk to our panel of guests in just a few moments. But first, this report from Alexandra Byers.
Alexander's like, I am on the USS the USS Septic Tank. American troops are ready to bring their shit to Iran. I mean, literally, there's like shit everywhere. We got to invade because we got to put the shit somewhere. Oh, no, they said that they have a sensitive stomach. They can't just shit overboard. Yeah. The general said that if they fall all over, then the U.S. military has to pay out their families. And, that doesn't make any sense for them.
The American war machine is assembling in the Middle East, while Iranian forces are testing air defense missiles and holding naval drills with Russia, all ahead of another round of indirect talks about Iran's nuclear program, set to be held in Geneva on Thursday. Tehran insists a diplomatic solution is possible, and the president is framing the negotiations so far as encouraging. Posting on social media, Iran is committed to peace and stability in the region. He noted the latest discussions included the exchange of practical proposals and yielded encouraging signals. He went on to say Tehran continues to monitor U.S. actions closely and has made all necessary preparations for any potential scenario. The U.S. president has repeatedly threatened escalation to force a deal. Iran's nuclear program has long been the core issue for Washington and the West. But added to that now is its crackdown on anti-government protesters last month, which led to more sanctions.
For 47 years, they've been talking and talking and talking. In the meantime, we've lost a lot of lives while they talk.
And I'm going to solve that with war, where people famously do not lose lives. Yes.
Legs blown off, arms blown off, faces blown off.
And I will solve that by bombing. Welcome to the Amerikanski mir, blядь.
This has been going on for a long time, so let's see what happens. In the meantime, we have tremendous power has arrived, and additional power, as you know, another carrier is going out shortly.
So we must send all our carriers to pick up the shit of the other carriers.
If we could get it settled for once and for all, that would be good.
But Tehran has made it clear it will not give in to pressure and will defend itself.
I think there is no limited strikes. An act of aggression would be regarded as an act of aggression, period. And any state would react to an act of aggression as part of its inherent right of self-defense ferociously. So that's what we would do.
The U.S. Special Envoy involved in the negotiations admitted President Trump thought the military buildup would have pushed Iran to concede by now.
He's curious as to why they haven't, I don't want to use the word capitulated, but why they haven't capitulated. Why under this sort of pressure with the amount of sea power, naval power that we have over there, why they haven't come to us and said, we profess that we don't want a weapon. So here's what we're prepared to do, and yet it's hard to sort of get them to that place.
At the heart of the talks is enriched uranium. Iran wants enough for civilian, not military purposes. The U.S. and Israel want zero enrichment.
Why won't you guys give up your sovereignty? Why don't you just grovel at my feet because of a potential military intervention? Only an American mouth can speak words such as that.
Both sides believe they hold leverage, but the stakes are incredibly high. Even limited strikes could engulf the region.
Have you asked the U.S. military whether they consent to you having sex? Whether they consent to you having another meal? Whether they consent to you existing? Whether they consent to you building a nuclear missile? Whether they consent to you taking shit?
Energy supply routes and
call it Operation Pee Pee Poo Poo.
Global markets hanging in the balance. Alexandra Byers, Al Jazeera for Inside Story.
Well, let's discuss all of this with our panel of guests joining us on today's Inside Story. We have Jamal Abdi, president of the National Iranian-American Council. He joins us from Washington, D.C. In Tehran, Hassan Ahmadian is assistant professor at the University of Tehran. And also in Washington, D.C., Richard Weitz is senior fellow.
Also a white guy, Weitz.
At the NATO Defence College. Thank you, all three of you, for joining us. Well, as you heard there, Richard, in our intro, two simultaneous things are going on. A great big military build-up, absolutely vast. In fact, we talk about an armada, but there are two aircraft carriers, each surrounded by lots of ships. You could, in fact, say it's a double armada that the US
double-decker shit
is gathering there. At the same time, there is diplomacy ongoing, more talks taking place on Thursday. Which of those two tracks, the military or the diplomatic, in your view, Richard, has the upper hand right now?
Right. I don't see them necessarily as conflictual in the sense that in President Trump's view, having the military deployments could actually facilitate the diplomatic track. I think, President Trump would prefer a negotiated settlement, and he certainly engaged.
Okay, I'm tired of this coverage. Everybody says the same fucking thing. Let's listen to the Tehran guy. There's no analysis I can add to this conversation.
People are concerned with all the deployments into the region. The Iranians see what is going on rather differently from what was just described. The Armada, as they call it, is part of a capitulation effort that was talked about by Steve Witkoff just yesterday. They want to force Iran to capitulation. That's how the Iranians understood it, and obviously what the envoy said reinforces that message, and that's why the Iranian view and posture is mirroring that of the United States, and that Iranians are talking diplomacy.
Is anyone even engaging in that conversation, like, not out of spite? Like, are we genuinely trying to depict the Iranian reaction to American deployment as Iran doing violent posturing? Like, I don't think they can sell even to some fucking white boys from Missouri. Like,
Preferring diplomacy, but at the same time are showing their strength, projecting power, trying to keep the U.S. forces at bay in talks. So they're also backing their diplomatic effort with what they have as military equipments and military might.
Jamal.
In cases like this, you basically have X, Y, Z bargaining chips. And in the case of a U.S. intervention in Iran, obviously a big bargaining chip is we're going to kill a bunch of American boys, okay? If you really want to come and take a dookie on our beaches, we will dookie on top of you. And that is a very important bargaining chip that they, of course, have to use in current negotiations because they would be fucking insane not to. The fuck? This is, you know...
Well, of course, in some ways, you could argue we've seen some of this before because there were negotiations taking place last year between the US and Iran. And then, of course, while those negotiations were taking place, with more talks planned, in fact, on the 15th of June, there were supposed to be talks in Muscat, the capital of Oman. 2 days before that, Israel attacked. And the US clearly knew about that. Do you think this time the US is negotiating in good faith?
That's a really good question. I think that this time it's more clear and transparent what Donald Trump's view of negotiations truly is. And it's one that focuses pretty intensely on the coercive element of it. I do think, though, that...
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org.
This is going to be the freshest news. Let's see what's happening, chat. Let's see what's happening. Oh, how you doing? You all good? You all good? 2 hours in. You all good? I'm good. It's interesting. I mean, they're definitely going to intervene unless the Iranians give them something. And they got to give them a big pile of something. Don't say shit, okay? Trump needs to save face after spending a couple of trillion billions on this particular deployment. So unless the Iranians give them something massive that he can flex with, especially after he got brutally cuckolded by the legislative body when it comes to the tariffs, he needs something massive to show his public back home. And I'm not sure that the Iranians are necessarily ready to give something that big. My question is, what does Israel want? That's the easiest question to answer on planet Earth. Of course, more war. Israel long-term knows that Iran existing in the form it exists in now is not compatible to their own apartheid fascist existence. So if they can use more American cash and American bodies against the Iranians, then they have to use their own cash and their own bodies. They will always choose that option. It's pretty simple. It would be really fucking funny if it turned out the Stewart situation on the Ford was actually an act of sabotage. It would. I wish more militaries and intelligence agencies like did like crazy shit like that. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they fly in with fucking quadcopters or whatever the fuck that was on October 7th. Or like the Ukrainians, they take a whole truck filled with drones inside of the truck, and then they open the truck in the middle of enemy territory and then just bomb the living shit out of everything. But that's like 1%. Everything else is guy with gun shooting at another guy with gun, hoping that drone doesn't hit him on fucking forehead, or a fucking missile that costs more than his entire family will ever be able to earn for 7 generations. Modern day Trojan horse, yeah.
The War and Peace Report.
Welcome, Amy Badman, in the War and War Report. Let's get this shit rolling. What are the latest news? What are the latest news? Reminder to every chatter that unlike Democracy Now!, I am not a multi-million-dollar operation, only $1 million operation. So support this $1 million operation, $6 a month, free through Prime. As we all know, 3,000 subscriptions is literally 1.2 million. Pay your taxes. Only 2 Westerners have paid their taxes today. That is low-key embarrassing for you Western friends. Very embarrassing. Let's fucking gamba. Okay, let's save this Tuesday. Let's make it feel more like a Friday. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go. I want that now, okay? Paint the chat purple. Let's go. Clark work orange with the 7 months. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. You see how it's purple now? I want everything purple. I want purple on purple on purple on purple on purple on purple. That's what I'm talking about. Or I'm going to go all Amy Badman on you, motherfucker. Friday energy. Always bringing it, Clark Work Orange. Always bringing it. Thank you, friend. My tooth hurts. And of course, always welcome to call upon Oilers to gift your subscription whenever you cannot. There's nothing embarrassing in saying that. Atting an Oiler in chat and being like, yo, give me a sub now. Well, pulling out a gun and screaming at them.
Mimi Goodman.
This is very good.
In the United Kingdom, authorities arrested, then released.
Or people that themselves have a sub that was gifted to them, continuing a sub, like gifting forward a sub is literally the coolest thing you can do. Somebody gifted something to you, then you gift it to them. It's literally communism, bro. From each according to their ability, to each according to their subscription need.